A few years ago, my good friend Mark was given the diagnosis of a rare form of leukemia right out of the blue. The only chance for survival was a bone marrow transplant. And after a long search, the only match they found was his son. Well, at the time, there were only 3 men in the hospital that was going to receive a bone marrow transplant. And Mark is the only one that is still living today. He told me then, he said, "Dave, I'm going to come back from this thing. As a matter of fact, my comeback is going to be greater than my setback. I'm not going to let this thing get me." Boy, he sure didn't. He had the best attitude of anyone I've known regarding this. He came back, and he came back hard. He gave it everything he had. He had setbacks. A lot of things didn't go right, but he became stronger every month. He didn't let himself get down. And his dream was to go on this hike with me to Yosemite National Park. We talked about it for 2 years, not knowing if he'd ever have the strength or endurance to even consider it. He finally got back on his feet, and he started working out every other day, and then it was every day. He says, "Dave, I think I can do it. I really think I can make it." So we got signed up, and he told me this is going to be the barometer for his comeback, is climbing this iconic hike called the Mist Trail at Yosemite.
We did it today, buddy.
Yes, sir.
We are here.
Yes. This is awesome.
Man, oh man. We are almost to the top of Vernal Falls. My friend Mark here is reborn. This is his new life. 3 years ago, he was laying in a hospital bed, recovering from a bone marrow transplant that he just nearly made it through. God bless him. It was part of my salvation just to see him here, buddy. Love you, man.
Love you too, man. This is great.
This is one of the toughest hikes in America, climbing over 1,200 feet in about 1.5 miles. And then at the end of that 1.5 miles, we have to climb 600 steps straight up on granite. Wet, slippery, slimy granite steps.
What do you think of this, baby? Ah!
Nothing yet. Look what we're going through up there.
Holy mackerel! Holy
And to make things worse, we had gale force winds blowing out from the waterfall, and the water droplets hitting us like pellets in the face. The conditions were surreal. You could barely see because of the water being sprayed at you from the waterfall mist. But he attacked this hike the same way he attacked his recovery, one step at a time. I knew his legs were getting weak. He even questioned the fact maybe we should stop and turn around. I said, no, you got to keep going, Mark, keep going. As a matter of fact, towards the end of this hike, I wasn't sure that I could keep up with him. He just didn't stop. He had a big smile on his face the whole way. And then we saw this beautiful rainbow. It's like he regained strength, more strength. He said, "I'm not stopping, I'm not turning around. We're going for the top." And from this point forward, there's no more hand grip. Mark had told me a couple of months ago that he would not be the one holding back the hiking group. He was making sure that he was in his best condition ever. And that he was. What a beautiful sight of the iconic Vernal Falls. and this was a record-setting year for all the snowfall and now snowmelt. The waterfalls have never been this magnificent, and here we go, people are starting to turn around already. I became a little scared and concerned for Mark that we may not make it to the top. As we gained an altitude, our wheels got weaker and weaker, and there's someone else that turned around. People were starting to turn back, but he kept going. And just when we both began to have our doubts, we looked up and saw the most beautiful, amazing, and inspirational scene ever. It was as if the heavens opened up and released angels to come down and help carry us up the remaining 200 steps that turned out to be the most difficult of all. It was so loud at this point we could barely hear each other talk. The blustering wind and moisture coming from the waterfall made this final climb very treacherous and scary. It was at least an 800-foot drop right over the edge. These steps could not have been much more than a foot or 18 inches wide, and slippery, and nothing between you and death but this handrail. Boy, it was scary. This was the most intimidating last few steps of the hike. I had never been so scared in my life as I was this day. I took the lead on this climb. Oh, my legs were shaking, and I knew if mine were, Mark's had to be. He's just a few steps away from his goal, making it to the top of Vernal Falls. We were almost breathless. I could feel my heart beating through my shirt. And here we are. I'm at the summit and I look back and I, sure enough, see Mark with a big, big smile on his face. He knows he's made it. He's back where he was.
My God, you were leading the top.
You guys ready to go back down?
Dave, Greg, Mark, just want to say thank you so much for this wonderful trip together. And Mark, I want you to especially know you've been in our hearts, our minds, and prayers for the last few years, and we're so proud of you. What an accomplishment. These were some pretty tough hikes, and man, you did it. You're a great encouragement. I just really appreciate you, and I love you, buddy. Love all you guys. We just thank you so much. What an inspiration.
It's epic. It's epic, baby. It's epic.
Ridiculous.
So you're 83 years old,
Yeah,
and what did you just get done doing?
bicycling 500 miles of the Oregon Trail.
Wow, and you plan to
The
do
first
what?
500 miles, we bicycled the last 500 miles in September, and we're going back in August to bicycle the next 500 miles.
Okay, good for you, man. Where's your home?
How many days to do that?
We're 11 days on the bicycle. We average about 50 miles a day. But let me tell you, Kansas is not flat. We climbed 2,400 feet in one day in Kansas.
Wow. Wow.
So, it was good.
Where do you live?
Davis, California.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, we're from Ohio.
Ohio. What part of Ohio?
Columbus?
Oh, great. Yeah. Well,
Okay, well, hey, thanks for chatting with us.
you got the university there, right?
Yeah, Ohio State Buckeyes.
That's it. That's the Buckeyes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
What did you do the last?
Chickens.
Yeah, the spring tickets.
Dave, you got 15 years to build up to that 500-mile trip.
15 years?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, that gives us hope. Something to shoot for, right?
Yeah.
Well, remember,
You think we can meet back up here when we're 83?
I'll be here.
73?
Our hiking companions were exhausted and they had to take a nap before they could move on. Mark was so pumped up and full of adrenaline he began to look for more adventure just around the corner. And yes, he found some more. A lot more. It was so cool, we had to go back and get the other fellas. This was quite a spectacle to see.
that bridge you're talking about with all the water? Oh, thank you, David. Yeah,
What did I say? I'd be a thief
yes, you would.
if I didn't have you guys come down here.
That is.
So Mark, tell me, what were your feelings and thoughts of this hike called Mist Trail?
Yosemite. Wow. What an awesome experience. It's something that, with all the months of planning, all the months of watching YouTube videos, it's still something that you just can't prepare yourself for. Just the beauty, the awesomeness of it, the chance to spend it with friends.
Amazing power of that water.
I've never seen anything like this.
That's
Have you?
scary.
Scary, it is. Kind of scary just to be this close to it.
When you reach the top of Vernal Falls, it gives you a chance to look back at what you just climbed. You can take a rest, have a break, let yourself dry out, because I'm telling you, when you hit the trail where the falls are coming straight at you and the water coming off the falls, it's almost like a hurricane, where that wind is just hitting you in your face and you have to really focus on walking. And I had some new hiking shoes and some trekking poles that really came in handy, especially during that little part of the hike. Through my recovery after my bone marrow transplant, I kind of adopted the mantra of the come back will be greater than the setback. And for me, this was the culmination of the comeback. And Dave and Chris were there through my illness, encouraged me through my recovery. And I think for me, it was, I know it was just as important for them, for me to be on this trip, than it was for me to be on this trip. And that was really special for me to be able to share this experience with them. And also my new friend Greg.
I'm not sure, but I think that might be a Liberty cap. Mark, how you holding up, buddy?
I'm good. I'm re-energized.
Something that I never thought for years that I would be able to do that, to have the strength to do that. So it was a very, very special time.
How you holding up, okay?
Huh?
How you holding up?
Not bad.
Not bad?
It was worth it going to the top.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going all the way back down?
All the way. Well, you know,
Through
John
the
Muir's
six-
closed. John Muir Trail's closed.
It is?
Yes. I had no idea.
I checked last night at the
Yes,
hotel. They
I
said
checked too last night, and they told me it was open. This morning they closed it. So you go to the top, you come down here again.
Oh,
Which is,
Lordy.
yes, I'm going to warn you.
So
I
we-
didn't know, a lot of people, they didn't know that John Muir, yeah. It's open down, you know where Vernal Falls is? It's open that way. So
Oh,
when you-
okay.
yeah,
So we don't have to go down 600
yes,
steps.
No, yeah. Yeah.
The trailer
Yeah.
goes that way.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, there's a
this is
restaurant
where
down there.
Pleasant comes
Yeah,
in.
that's where we
Yeah.
catch John Muir there.
Yeah.
Oh, good. You got wise parents.
They're not my parents.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I just stopped.
Oh, you just stopped?
Yeah, I just stopped to listen.
We don't know each other. Three of us don't know each other.
No. Well, thanks for being a good sport anyhow.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
He's
Okay.
from Las Vegas. Or Los Angeles.
Yes, so preparing for the Mist Trail was something that I didn't want to be the weakest link of our group. So I worked out as much as I could a few times a week for several months before, and I felt like it was in good shape, but it's hard. It is a hard hike.
This was the most serene part of the trip. We rented bicycles for 4 hours one day and drove through the valley. I felt like I was pedaling through heaven. Just every turn was outstanding. And there it is, Upper and Lower Yosemite Falls with all of its majesty. What a breathtaking view. We jumped off the bikes and just took it in for a few minutes. We didn't realize it, but we were on a walking path. No bikes allowed. We must have missed the sign. And now we are at Lower Yosemite Falls with all of its majesty. beyond belief. We were there early in the morning and the sun was coming up. Just a beautiful sight. Very few people there at that time. We are looking at Lower Yosemite Falls right there. Yosemite Falls is the highest waterfall in Yosemite National Park, dropping a total of 2,400 feet from the top of the upper fall to the base of the lower fall. Keep in mind, this is the year of the massive snowfall, nearly 65 feet, and now is the time for the snowmelt, which is producing these thunderous waterfalls. Civilized man has never seen anything like this. The water is just gushing down the falls and bustling right through the streams and under the bridges. The park is becoming very crowded with visitors coming in from all over just to see the sights.
You pay the tip,
'cause ain't nothing free, it's a beautiful day.
the sun is shining.
Free from all the stress from a hard day grinding. Back to the dollar and getting that wealth.
Nobody can love me.
And so we continue our bike ride through the valley.
What's everybody looking at?
Yes. I don't know if you can appreciate the picture.
Yeah, look capitanic.
It cost us $30 to rent the bikes for 4 hours, but the experience was priceless.
Yeah, Dave, I couldn't agree more. You know, as much as the hiking was just totally awesome, you really have to get the bikes to ride around the valley to truly appreciate the beauty of the waterfalls and all the trees, and it's just a total different experience. Plus, it gives you a nice little break from the hikes as well.
The bicycle ride is an interesting diversion from trail walking. What I liked about the bicycle ride was the bicycles are not complicated, so you don't have to have a 10 speed, 15 speed, 21 speed, expensive bike. The hotels had nice bicycles there, and they did everything you needed them to do. And after hiking for a day or two, bicycle ride is a nice break from trail walking, and you can kind of cover some ground quite quickly comparatively to the trail walking. Enjoyed the bicycle ride.
departing the Mist Trail and ascending up another couple of hundred feet to connect with the John Muir Trail. Even though these views are awe-inspiring, you still have to look down frequently to make sure your footing is okay. The last thing you want to do is trip or fall on these trails because sometimes you're very close to the edge. We typically carry about 7 or 8 pounds in our backpack. We have a change of shoes and socks in case our feet get wet, and also carry the rain pants and a rain jacket for when we hike through the waterfalls. Also, we have some snacks, nuts, berries, and some candy bars, and my backpack has a bladder built into it that I have 64 ounces of water in there, and some more camera equipment too, so sometimes it can get a little heavy after a long hike. We have now reached Clark's Point, which gives a bird's eye view of Vernal Falls. That's where we were earlier looking over the rail. That's where we had hiked to when we came up the Mist Trail and got all so wet. It's a kind of a famous point there on the hike to take pictures, and highly photographed from this point.
Just goes to Vermont. You can go down and go across the bridge and it goes to Nevada. Yeah, so you can get there from...
You can get to Nevada, but you can't come back.
Yeah.
John Muir Trail's closed once you cross the bridge.
All
So
right.
you got to come back the same way you went.
That's
Good with
okay.
you?
That's okay.
Where are you guys from?
Bay Area,
Oh yeah?
Menlo Park. Yourselves?
Ohio?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, have a good hike, man.
You too.
So this is John Muir Trail, and wow, this was awesome. I mean, what a great experience with all the beautiful views and the switchbacks going through the pines.
Yep.
Just incredible.
All downhill, I think. It's got to be. Going uphill. That was a heck of an uphill. Bring this shit in. I think that's what you said at the beginning. Really quick there. I saw a couple of metal rods spiked down into the ground. Yeah, I saw that. I was over into these steps. Where are you guys from?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong?
Yeah.
You're kidding. Don't tell me you came here just to do this hike.
Yeah, kind of.
No, really?
We
God,
are,
am I impressed.
we are tired of doing hikes in Hong Kong, so we thought let's do somewhere else.
Unbelievable. Mark, do you hear that?
Yeah, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong has got big trails as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Like this?
They are not. I mean, the weather is quite hot, right? So
Yeah.
it is not so pleasant like this.
Yeah, you enjoy this.
This
right?
one is enjoyable.
Yeah, cool. Now, is this the family here?
Yep. Three
Four
daughters,
of
they
us.
graduated this year. So we were here for the graduation also in New York.
Actually, we came for graduation. But
Three
then-
daughters?
Two.
Oh, I know. I better get by it quick, huh? What kind of boulders up there ready to come down on us?
It like dropped like 10 degrees, just like right there with getting close to the river.
Wow, yeah. Well, look at this big ledge rock here on the right. Definitely not a place for kids. Power, the water, the snowmelt coming down from the high Sierra.
When we flew in over the Sierra Nevada mountain range, it still had tons of snow. I heard one report of 65 feet of snowfall this winter, which was record-setting, and that as a result provided for this magnificent water flow and falls through the entire Yosemite National Park. If you ever visit Yosemite, I recommend sometime between late May and mid-June. That's when the snowmelt is at its peak. The falls and the streams and the rapids are just ferocious at that point. They're so fun to watch.
I really enjoyed the John Muir Trail. It was much easier than going uphill on the Mist Trail, and there were a lot less people, so it made it much more enjoyable.
Wow, waterfalls everywhere. There's one up there. A couple over there. So would that be the Merced River? Would that be the Merced River coming down from up there?
This coming over Vernal and the waterfalls is
that was
the
Merced.
mainstream of the Merced.
Okay, what's that that I'm looking at here?
That's Illilouette Falls.
Oh, Illilouette Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know. Yeah.
Illilouette. And it'll join a little different from Ohio.
Good memory, California guy.
Well, not always.
Not always?
I was a New Yorker.
Oh, were you?
But
okay, that's where you grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been out here 53 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. Where are you from?
I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
God, people are everywhere. Come from everywhere.
What about you?
Ohio.
Oh, that's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Great day, great hike, huh?
It is. How far is the Mist Trail up?
You mean up to the bridge?
Yeah, up to the bridge.
Oh, it's easy. It's not too far.
Not too far?
No, but from there on up to Vernal Falls is a
I'm
hike.
just trying to go to the bridge.
Oh yeah, you're good. You'll make it. About 20 minutes, 15.
20, 15, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
man. An A+ for making the trip today.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Hi guys. Hello.
I don't know if you saw it on the way up, but when a little bit ahead,
yeah.
when you get to a really flat rock, if you look down, there's like a little cave part, and you can crawl down in there, and it opens up really wide.
Oh, really?
It's super cool.
You guys have a good day?
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The time of our lives.
Yeah, great, man. How you doing?
Still good.
Mariposa Grove, a land of enchantment, a land before time. There are some 500 old sequoia trees here that range in anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 years old. Just absolutely stunning and beautiful. There's 3 or 4 different hikes you can take here, ranging from 1 to 6 hours. 3 loop trails and 1 out and back. This is the grizzly giant, believed to be 3,000 years old. It was here before Jesus Christ was born.
It's 96 feet around there, it's a circumference, and it said 28 foot in diameter.
That was something just to stand there and be in its presence. I've always heard about those trees you could drive a car through. Well, here it is, called the tunnel tree. Well, we finally made it. Tunnel view from National Yosemite Park. We left Columbus, Ohio this morning at 6 a.m. and got into Fresno after a long flight. Drove a couple of hours to Tunnel View. There's El Capitan on the left, and Half Dome back there in the center into the clouds, and Bridalveil Falls off to the right. It took us about 4 or 5 minutes to get a parking spot. The place was pretty packed, and it's a small parking lot. I can see why people love this place. It's beautiful. I understand this is the most photographed waterfall in Yosemite National Park. Of course, as the name implies, it looks like a bridal veil. We are on our way now to Bridalveil Falls, and on the way you can get beautiful glimpses of El Capitan. This is such a stunning view of El Capitan. I've seen it in pictures and videos, but this is something in real life. There's a picture of Ribbon Falls. It's the longest waterfall in the U.S., 1,612 feet. And Bridalveil Fall is the first waterfall that you'll come to when entering the park from the south. When the water is at its peak in spring and early summer, the waterfalls just thunders. You can definitely expect to get wet. In some cases, the spray is so strong, you won't even be able to easily access the end of the trail.
So the first place we stopped once we got down into the valley was Bridalveil Falls. They named it Bridalveil Falls because when the wind's blowing just right, it looks like a bride's veil. And we were there at the perfect time of day because the way the sun was shining and the way the mist was coming off the waterfalls, it created some beautiful rainbows. We couldn't get too close to the waterfalls because it was just too incredibly powerful, and you just couldn't get that close.
This is where things begin to get intense. You can feel the temperatures really cooling off, and the mist in the air becomes much greater. As beautiful as what these streams are, it's just hard to believe that they will dry up come the end of July to mid-August. There's just so much snow up there in the Sierra Nevadas now, and with the warm temperatures, the snow melt is increasing every day.
I'm glad I changed into this outfit. Yeah, I know.
It was such a beautiful sight just to stand and watch the water flow so fast and so strong. Hated to leave this place, but had to move on. We walk out here, we get one more glimpse of El Capitan before we head down the road and traverse along the Merced River and find our way home to the Hawani Hotel.
So these are flowing hot.
Keep right onto Southside Drive.
The sun is just beginning to set as we gain entrance to the valley floor. The backdrop of the sun on the monoliths really made for some beautiful scenery. The Hawani Hotel distinguishes itself as one of the crown jewels of national park lodges. The hotel is a must-visit destination within Yosemite Valley for its dining, decor, and architecture that complements the natural setting of the park. The Hawani was designed and built in the 1920s with the specific goal of attracting well-to-do clientele. In the following century, the Hawani has more than fulfilled that ambition, hosting presidents and royalty as well as other famous personalities within its walls. Some of the guests have included Queen Elizabeth II, Dwight Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, Barack Obama, and from the entertainment industry, people such as Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz, Walt Disney, Charlie Chaplin, and Judy Garland, amongst many others, have all stayed here. In 1987, it became a National Historic Landmark. And if the interior looks somewhat familiar, it was used as inspiration for the filming of the movie called The Shining by Stanley Kubrick. The Hawani is in a great location. You're within walking distance of several trailheads, and you've got an excellent view of Half Dome, Yosemite Falls, and Glacier Point. And in the evening, it is so fun to gather around these little small fires and talk of the activities of the day.
For me, this was the toughest hike that we did all week. This was the hike to Columbia Point, and it's just full of switchbacks. It provides some great views along the way, but we did have to stop every now and then because it is a really tough hike.
You got matching shoes and backpack. Looking good. Yeah.
But as tough as the hike was, it was worth every step once we got to Columbia Point. Just beautiful.
Boy, you can really see how the valley's flooded.
I know. Yeah.
Well, we've come up about a third of the way. Pretty intense climbing with switchbacks. And this next 40% of the trail is a little bit flatter. But when we get to the final third, it's going to be pretty intense.
Okay.
Pretty steep.
Yeah.
And a lot longer switchback.
You got on the bus yesterday?
Yeah, man. For the footage, we're good.
Yeah. So tell me about this hike.
Yeah, no, so it's really pretty. You'll have a good lookout. You'll be hiking up some slick rocks.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see the falls on the left.
Go ahead,
You'll be able
girls.
to see the Half Dome on the right pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Lots and lots of switchbacks. You'll go straight up. You can go all the way down to where the water's coming off the top.
Oh, really?
So you've got a couple miles, but...
So how far to Columbia Point right now?
Columbia Point, I'd say you've got about 20 minutes or so.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes, depending on your pace.
Did you go beyond Columbia Point yourself today?
Yeah, so I went all the way to the top.
Oh, you went all the way to the top?
All the way to the top.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Well, our goal is the point.
Yeah, well, the point is worth it.
Is it?
Yeah, the juice is worth the squeeze for sure.
Hey, thanks so much, man.
Yeah, no problem.
You're a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
20,000 steps in less than a mile.
Wow.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, as we approach this railing, which is way too low, just picture having a grandkid hanging on to him, and what keeps them from falling through here? They need a mesh or something. It's very, very dangerous, but the beauty is so worth it. It is just a spectacular view, gorgeous day, and just look at that valley. It is amazing.
You're right, Chris. Totally amazing. I mean, you can see Half Dome in the distance, framed by the clouds and the blue sky, the green valley, waterfalls everywhere. Just an incredible experience.
Waterfalls coming down everywhere.
Well, Greg must already be past this area. It's very fortunate for us that we got to speak with a park ranger, so we could stay here at Columbia Rock and just enjoy the Yosemite Valley overlook.
Could you tell me how many elevation feet we've gained walking up here?
You've gained about 1,000 feet so far. Started at 5,000. No, 4,000. Now you're at 5,000. The top is about 6,600.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big hike.
It's a big hike.
Yeah. And what's this called then right here?
This is Columbia Rock that you're
Columbia
at.
Rock?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, I've described this trip to numerous people and friends, and you just have to experience it. It is absolutely amazing. And watching Mr. Aldhouse go down the hill here, it's obvious that he's been a very avid skier, and good thing he had his poles with him. You just have to wonder how many people have actually slipped off that edge.
Well, I thought going down was going to be a lot easier than going up. Oh, holy cow. I about fell off the ledge, and who knows where I would have ended up. It's just one of those things. You got to watch your step everywhere you go, and the poles did help, though, overall. I was glad I had them. But going downhill here, it seemed to take about half the time going up did.
Okay.
And when I slipped there, man, I pinched a nerve in my neck, but luckily got two qualified chiropractors along in our group that helped me work it out.
You said you're hoping to find a chiropractor in this area, right?
On this mountain.
Yeah. Check this out. I know. There's people out there.
Oh, yeah. I'm not I'm not going to check that out.
You know, this hike was listed as moderate, but we found it pretty tough, especially going uphill, and definitely harder than some of the slopes we're on the golf course. And I kind of wonder if I shouldn't have had poles going downhill, down the mountain. They definitely would have been of benefit.
You're working up a sweat.
Yes, sir.
How's it going? Good, man. Oh, oh. This might have been the one.
Not there yet.
No?
Purple flower.
Wow. I saw you jump.
Yeah.
I don't have your knees. Yeah. I know, I want something. We got runners here.
I know, I just want us to be over it. It was great. It was
Is that it? Oh, yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, guy, how you doing, man?
Good, and you?
You going to the top?
Yeah, probably just rocking back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all the further we can make it. Didn't have enough beer.
We're just starting to head down from there. Are you back?
What a place for a picnic.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Still, how much further is the top?
Not much.
Okay.
Well, to the rock.
To the rock, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Columbia Point or Columbia Rock is not too far. You can make that, but to go up to Upper, you're less than a third of the way.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's more fearful. Oh, jeez.
I was amazed at some of the ages of the kids that were on this hike. I don't think I would have brought my kids on a hike like this at their age.
Oh, baby, you made it.
Woo! That gave me the willies.
That's a challenge.
Yeah.
That's a challenge. Keep going, you can make it, honey.
Well, this was a lot more fun going downhill than uphill. It seemed like we had to stop every 3 or 4 minutes and really catch our breath. And going down, you just had to make sure you weren't going so fast. You might stumble, especially being in our 60s.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
But way easier going downhill.
Yeah, I'll give you $100 for those knee supports.
I said, look at this apple.
Oh.
Did you go all the way to the top?
I did, yeah. You guys could too. Nope, that's not the intention. I'm just here to enjoy the day. Yeah.
But you went all the way, how long did that take from Columbia Rock?
I don't remember from Columbia Rock. It was from the bottom, probably 2.5 hours to the top.
Wow.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did good, man.
All right, you too. Have a good day.
Okay. Yep. You guys are making pretty good time. You must be the leader.
No.
Who's the leader out of you guys?
Right here behind us. Oh, jeez. Wow. See what a stupid guy does for a picture?
Boy, feel that temperature drop. And if you can look very closely, you can actually see the mist coming across, and it looks like it's coming at you at about 30 miles an hour. Very high velocity. It's just the power of the falls coming across the valley there. Just look at those white rapids. This is just a spectacular scene. Everybody's enjoying the coolness. David, you made these girls' day. They absolutely enjoyed this and
Oprah. Say
think
hi
they're going to be
Oprah.
part of a major movie production here.
I'm from Korea, South Korea.
South Korea?
Picture. Together.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah.
Yep. See ya. Oprah.
It's amazing how many nationalities we saw
Yes.
here.
This is the Wawona Hotel. It is right adjacent to the Mariposa Grove, where the huge sequoia trees are located. And yes, Ulysses S. Grant stayed here one night. It's completely made out of wood. It has these beautiful porches overlooking the swimming pool and a lot of local redwoods and sequoia trees.
We have the public restroom as part of the space. We don't enter it. We don't enter it. And the main services.
Isn't that nice?
But Dave,
stay in here with you guys.
We could have all stayed in here. We could have all stayed in here.
Dave and Chris could have saddled up again.
This is awesome. Man,
It's just one picture after the other.
Yeah.
We had no idea as we headed out of our Awane hotel rooms to Mirror Lake to the trail. Just seemed like a pretty flat, low-key hike. We were getting tired towards the end of the week, and it actually was one of the very funnest and most adventurous hikes of the week. We had to go off trail as parts appeared to be waist deep, and several hikers warned us not to get out and get swept away. We actually took our shoes off a couple times in the shallow waters, and the water was so cold. This was listed as an easy hike, but going off trail was lots of fun and challenging, weaving our way through down trees, around boulders, etc. Just a spectacular hike, and what a gorgeous day. One of my favorite.
I agree with you, Chris. It was beautiful, but challenging in a different way from the vertical hikes we did. This was where the valley floor was flooded out. A lot of the trails were flooded, so we took the road less traveled. Actually, there was no road or no trail, and we had to make our own trail. Dave actually took a nasty spill and left some blood on the trail, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah? I can see why they closed this trail down.
Yeah.
Wow.
You look like he's a rookie.
Piece of cake.
This trail is a makeshift trail as a result of the snow melt that took place in the winter of 2023. It closed down the original trail, and some of the original trail is under water, 3 to 4 feet of water, I guess. So we chose not to go that route, but people before us have taken this route, so it seems. You think that's the route down there?
Yeah.
Is there a path?
Yeah, he just came up it. Yeah.
Oh, you're right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were my other friend.
Down there up this way. Down this way too.
Yeah, there's a path there. Hey, good luck on that, man.
Yeah, no, thank
Hope
you.
you make it.
Absolutely, yeah. Alrighty. Oh, I like your setup.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
I have a GoPro, but I was like, I don't know how I'm going to deal with it, but I like what you got here.
Well, so it doubles as a walking stick.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, have fun out there.
Okay, see ya.
what another spectacular hike.
Oh, absolutely.
I've been blessed with so many great trips over the years, but thank you for bringing us out here to Yosemite, and it's definitely God's country, and you just have to see it in person to understand it. And for this to be a year of record water flowing through the valley and through these waterfalls, what an incredible blessing for all of us. Thank you, my friend.
Looking back at this experience, I am so thankful and so grateful to be able to do this, to be able to be healthy enough to do this. 4 years ago, I was in a hospital bed, and I didn't know if I would even be around, let alone healthy enough to do something like this. So for me, this is proof to me that the comeback is truly greater than the setback.